that better?
Now, Chris, let me hear you talk with that mic now.
I'm going to talk with this mic now. I'm going to move my hands because apparently that's something you do when you're testing a mic.
Yes.
Express yourself.
Podcast. We're amazing at this.
Banter.
We should just do podcasts.
That the stock market was going to be down 20%.
That's a great answer, yeah.
Ditto.
Man.
I wish I knew that the pandemic was going to be, intact and that we had a handle on it and that
Right.
we knew how to deal with it and what the world was going to look like in this space, because I felt like going into the year, that was all I was still thinking about, and that's what I was planning for, and I made plans around that versus assuming that it wasn't going to be as big of an issue.
Yeah, it's interesting you talk about that. COVID has made time just seem, so I'm trying to think back to the beginning of the year.
I don't remember.
I don't remember, it's
There's
October.
no monumental.
I don't remember it just felt like we were going to do last year all over again. And I think that's to your point, it kind of goes to, nothing was going to be different. It was still going to be kind of, health scares and risks. I'm just fearful to even say these things out loud because
Right, I know.
tomorrow it's all going to change again.
I think if you had known what inflation was going to do now,
Yeah.
which hasn't happened since 1980, you would have thought differently about stuff, whether it was the stock market or invested in bonds. And everybody knew it was coming, but I don't think anybody thought it would be like this, right? And it doesn't look like it'll change for a while, right?
And that was the thing. It didn't just go from 2 to 4 to 6 to 8. It went from 2 to 9. It just took off. Right.
But to your point about time standing still, that was actually over a year ago
Really?
that we started talking about inflation back last August.
Well, it feels like we've been talking about inflation forever.
Well, we have.
We discussed social inflation with Rob and
the claims,
team. It's always been part of the claims concerns, right? Especially as we try to price something that we don't know what it's going to cost, right?
I'm just thankful that we're not in the property space.
Oh yeah. So again, nobody figured that the west coast of Florida would get its first hurricane in 100 years, right? If you had known, you know it now, it's going to be $50-60 billion, right?
That's correct.
But for our business and auto physical damage, we have no property, to your point, but it's still scary.
Well, just like Rob has said in other quarterly calls, we'll just, without cats, our competitors love to, let's say, our performance is fantastic.
If you exclude
If you exclude all the places where we lost money.
We didn't have any losses.
Right.
Exactly.